the Bill and Scott Cubicle Show with Billy the Kid and Scott Tang.
Cubicle Show. Cubicle Show. Cubicle Show. Cubicle Show!
It's the Bill and Scott Cubicle Show. Yeah? It's the Bill and Scott Cubicle Show. Yeah!
What's going on? I'm Scott.
And I'm Bill.
And this is
the Bill and Scott Cubicle Show.
Epi number 126. We are here live and direct. So we're going to get into some more Black Panther news because it's just dominating the headlines for the past week, and it'll probably continue for another week. We're going to get into some Kylie Jenner talk, why she may stop posting pictures of her baby and all that, and talking about her on the social medias. We got some Olympic update. We got some new music talk. But right now, I just asked Bill before we started off the show. I was like, bro, should I wear my hat during the Cubicle Show today, or should I just live my truth? Because I've got this zit on my head here, right? And I was like, well, do I want it? Is it gleaming? Is it going to overpower? Is it like unicorning? You know what I mean? Too bad. Do I have my New Day shirt?
What a great coincidence.
Oh my God, this is so good. Am I unicorning with my boys? The New Day? Actually, you know what? I'm not wearing a hat.
All right, so you don't even need to do that. We're going to do a
jams
jams poll. Should Scott wear his hat?
Well, no.
Because I think, and we discussed this. I said you need to live your truth, whether it's hat or not. If the truth is Scott in a hat, then let it be Scott in a hat. But if the truth is no, is a bear skull, uncovered dome, then I think that's what we settled on.
That's what we're doing. And make sure you eat your booty-os in the morning because they make sure you ain't booty. Booty-os. I'm so happy I got this shirt on right now. Okay. So let's get into this Kylie Jenner talk before we get into Black Panther and all this stuff, right? So Kylie Jenner, so she's trending right now on Twitter for two reasons. One, she posted about her child, gave an update on Stormy. And she also commented on Snapchat, right, in the updates. So Kylie puts out this. Somebody asked her, how's Stormy? And she says, she's good. Still staring at her all day. She looks just like me when I was a baby.
Aww.
So that's so nice and everything. Aw. And then she also said, so does anyone else not open Snapchat anymore? Or is it just me? Ugh. This is so sad. Okay, well, here's the big thing, right? So her post about her child got 19,700 retweets, 221,000 likes. Her tweet about Snapchat got 40,000 retweets and 227,000 likes. So her tweet about Snapchat, her dislike for it, did way better in the scheme of things, in the viral and the sharing aspect of it going public, than her tweet about her child. So will this deter her from actually posting about her child on the interwebs?
Probably not. I think it makes perfect sense that the Snapchat tweet was more popular because, frankly, more people care about Snapchat than your dumb kid. Let this be a lesson to you. Whoever you are, wherever you are, nobody cares about your baby but you and maybe the person that you made it with, okay? We don't want to see your baby pictures. If we pretend like we want to see your baby pictures, that's what we're doing. We're just pretending, okay? Like, if it ain't my kid, I don't care. I ain't got no kids, so don't leave those babies off the social media. Because when you put them up, frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn. Thanks for that little elbow nudge.
Wow.
I was like, oh yeah, yo, this is a good one. Jeez, he remembers my catchphrase more often than I do.
See, I'm good. I'm like the producer. I'm like the Vince McMahon, but on TV right now, too.
And see, what I'm actually doing here is I'm actually playing a heel character. I really don't hate your baby pictures that much, but I like to pretend that I do because I really don't. I don't care about them at all, frankly. They don't bother me. They don't excite me. But so many people are upset about the Snapchat update, and it makes... See,
so basically, Snapchat is more important to the average person than Kylie Jenner's baby?
Yeah. Surprise.
What?
Which is weird because Kylie Jenner's baby has the most likes on Instagram. Although if you check out, there's some evidence, and you can find it on our Facebook page,
Russian
which is
bots.
where you are right now. No, there is evidence in an image that we
North Korean
posted
bots.
that the baby is actually Post Malone's and not Travis Scott's baby. You can find out. We posted that on our Instagram. It's on the Facebook page.
Yeah.
So you scroll down through our.
It's a rumor going around, and I know. One person even commented on the on our Instagram. They're like, "Oh, tasteless," and it's like, I agree. It definitely is tasteless. What a horrible rumor to go around, but it may be true.
We got to analyze all the sides as the Gems Fact Finder team, as the detectives here.
Say hi.
Hey guys, what's
Good
going
morning.
on? There's Drew.
Welcome back.
He's gonna be on the weekends. Check him out. James, what's up, man?
What's up?
This is the Cubicle Show.
There we
Say
go.
hi to the people as we broadcast
too early
live.
I feel you.
Somebody was throwing paper over here.
Yeah, I don't know
where-
who that was. That's still
where is it
flying.
coming
It's
from?
artillery. Is it
It's
Tall
probably
Sean?
Jake over there,
Or is
somebody.
Jake down in the trenches in the other cube?
So we got that going on with Kylie, and we'll see what happens here.
Speaking of artillery flying, back when I was in 6th grade, we're talking about the Middle East, right? And one kid in my class just blurts out, he's like, "What's the difference? Good grief! How
Wow.
many paper balls are there?"
What a waste of paper! You guys are like part of the reason why there's global warming.
Yeah,
That's a trigger word. That's why I said it.
it was a 40-degree difference between yesterday and today. It's got my head all in a tizzy.
Climate
God.
change.
I can't even tell my story about fossil fuels being a main export of the Middle East, which we were talking about in 6th grade when this kid in my class goes, "What's the difference between Iran and Iraq? Iran erase, Iraq erase." And freaking my entire class, oh, I'm sorry,
What are you
I just
doing?
belted your...
It's my computer.
I
It's
know,
not the station.
I'm sorry.
Come on, bro.
Anyway, the whole class just freaking bursts out laughing. Like, this kid just made the funniest joke ever. And I was like, that's not funny at all. That was a no effort, low hanging fruit, nonsensical. It wasn't even a pun. It was a nup. So, see what I did there? I took pun and I turned it backwards and I called it a nup.
Ooh, like big pun. Who's
Anyway.
in Marvel?
I just wanted to get that out of my system
And
because I
speaking
thought
of
of it and it bothered me.
Marvel, Black Panther continues to break. Did you see that segue there? I've got to break
did.
that. You said pun. I said Marvel, which some people are calling Marvel because they have no idea what Marvel is, which is just kind of crazy to me.
Are there actually people out there
Yes,
calling it
there's
Marvel?
people really calling it Marvel, which sounds like a delicious cake, by the way. But
Carvel.
yeah,
So, Black Panther has been number 1 at everything. Number 1 at the box office, number 1 soundtrack, but there's one thing that it is not number 1 at.
What's
and
that?
that is Vulture's list of the 25 best movie supervillains. Black Panther has to settle for number 2.
ooh,
Killmonger is number 2 on its list
I haven't
of 25 best movie supervillains.
seen the movie yet, but I hear he's the highlight of the movie.
He is. Stole the show. Best thing about the movie. Can you guess who the number 1 movie supervillain of all time was, according to Vulture.com?
Forrest Gump.
Not even close. Not at all.
What kind of villain?
Although, dramatic actor, movie supervillain.
Movie supervillain. So it doesn't have to be superhero.
It's a superhero movie.
It is a superhero. Joker.
Which one?
It would obviously be what's his face that died.
Heath Ledger?
Yeah.
Obviously, of course that's number
Yeah,
1.
duh.
He's the only person to ever win an Oscar from acting in a superhero movie, even though it was posthumous. Number 2 is Killmonger. Number 3, Michelle Pfeiffer's Catwoman from Batman Returns. Number 4, Terrence Stamp as General Zod in the original Superman 1 and 2.
Ooh.
And number 5, Tom Hiddleston as Loki in the Avengers and Thor movies.
Where's Forrest Gump on there?
I didn't check out the full list. I only looked at the top 15.
He might be
So
the biggest villain of all time.
He might have, but one thing I will point out here is that only 2 of the top 5 villains are Marvel. So I think that does indicate that there's one thing that DC's better at doing, and that's making movie
They make
supervillains.
darker movies. Their movies are. What's that? Let's try to be Guardians of the Galaxy.
Although, I'm not sure how much I can trust this list because they had Uma Thurman as Poison Ivy from Batman and Robin at number 12.
Well, she's out of the top 10.
True. But still, top 15?
Yeah, but
Uma Thurman?
it was kind of an iconic character at that time.
I mean, it's an iconic character, but that movie was garbaggio.
Mm.
Although I suppose maybe you could make the case that she acted well in a bad movie, but I don't agree.
Yeah, that's true.
John, what do you think of Uma Thurman as Poison Ivy in Batman and Robin?
Batman and Robin back with George Clooney
Yep.
and was okay. It was my least favorite of the Batman movies, I think.
Okay.
It's kind of like I don't know. Did you guys like it?
No.
No, I
That was a
didn't
hot
really
mess.
care about it. Yeah.
It's one of those so bad it's good movies.
I wouldn't even say. I don't.
George Clooney killed Batman until 2005.
He did. I mean, I think
iced
Christian
him.
Bale was the best Batman.
I agree.
I think Val Kilmer was the best Batman.
Even though I think
Actually, no, sorry. Ben
Affleck's
Affleck
pretty
is the best Batman, but aside from Ben Affleck, like of the original movies, the original 4, Val Kilmer.
Christian Bale killed it.
Christian Bale is a
The
good
first
Bruce
two
Wayne.
Batmans were amazing. How dark they were, and just like
I agree. That's what set up all the superhero stuff going on nowadays.
Yeah,
If it
the
wasn't for
reboots.
that success, then it
Exactly.
wouldn't be as big as it is.
I agree.
mean, I think when Batman got rebooted with Christian Bale, it turned it into a very authentic, dark, really the way that it was supposed to be. Unlike these, over the top kind of just
Guardians of the Galaxy.
it's like the building that kept running. Good morning to
That's exactly what it sounds like. 6 to 10 a.m. if you want to hear me do that voice.
Good morning.
For 4 hours.
It's 10:41.
Tomorrow morning, I'm going to do every break like that. Good morning, kids.
Make sure you give me a time check every minute.
It's
10:41.
It's 19 minutes from 11 o'clock. The top of the hour.
19 minutes from 11 o'clock.
38 degrees outside. Actually, how many degrees is it? We're gonna.
No, it is 10:42. Well, anyways, yeah. So all
34
that.
degrees. Actually, got colder since I woke
And with
up.
that being said, it would just be fair to segue into that Disney has announced that they are going to relaunch the Muppets for their streaming service that is supposed to come in the upcoming years, which is where we will find all these Marvel movies and 20th Century Fox will all be on this Disney thing. So they are really building up, and they're bringing back some big shows that they know that the parents will get, because they'll be like, okay, well, it'd be good to subscribe to this if I'm getting new Muppets and I'm getting Sesame Street, you're getting all that type of stuff.
The last Muppet show they didn't do too well, though. So, do you think the Muppets are going to be a big draw for this streaming service?
For the streaming service, I think it'll be good on their streaming service.
Okay.
Because that's what you're going there for, the streaming service.
You won't have to
for.
deal with network restrictions either.
Exactly.
No executive meddling.
Choose whatever episode you want, all that type of stuff. And plus, I think they'll do something different with it. I think it'll be more Sesame Street-ish with having stars come in and stuff like that.
That would be better.
How Sesame Street had like Chance the Rapper and stuff on
what
it
they tried to
recently.
do with the last one was they tried to make it more adult, and I think people didn't like that. I think they want classic Muppets.
I'm like,
So,
kid stuff. It's
yeah,
for
go in that
kids.
direction.
All right, so the Brit Awards were last night.
The Brit Awards are like Britain's version of the Grammys, except they do them in the middle of the week for some reason, like Wednesday night. Who does that? British people sitting there drinking tea, thinking about what they're going to colonize next. Nothing, because it's already all taken, and we beat you. So, ha.
Well, it looks like there's some beef between two blokes here.
Beef is a bit of an exaggeration, but do you have the clip?
Yes, I do.
All right, so Elton John, let me give the backstory for this. Ed Sheeran was the recipient of the Global Success Award, one of those like fake, like legacy awards that they give out. And so Elton John was supposed to present. He couldn't make it, so he sent a video message, and you can roll the tape, so to speak.
To talk about one of my dear friends. From the very first time I heard Ed Sheeran, I knew he'd be a huge star across the world.
Do you hear how he
Did he mess
said
that up?
that? Yeah, he said Ed Sheeran, which, people were like, wait, have I been pronouncing Ed Sheeran's name wrong all these years? No, Elton John just pronounced his dear friend's name. I don't know. It's like it's Elton John.
How do you say someone's your dear friend, all that stuff, and then don't even say their
Ed
name?
Sheeran, Scott Pneck,
That's kind of
my dear friend Scott Punk. Oh, that's kind of
dope.
not bad.
Yeah.
So, but I've heard Ed Sheeran say his name enough times in like station imaging and whatnot.
Yeah.
This is Ed Sheeran.
Ed
To know that it's actually pronounced Sheeran.
It's the 4th of July.
Oh, funny story about that. I actually heard him talking about why he wrote that line, but I won't tell it now because, or should I tell it now?
Yeah, give him, let him know real quick.
Because that's when his relationship started on the 4th
On
of
the
July.
4th of July? With
Yeah,
his
and he was-
fiance?
Yeah, young Cherry Seaborn.
He goes, and it was born
After
on
the
4th
storm,
of
something was
July.
born on the 4th of July. And he was also making a pun about a Tom Cruise movie born on the 4th of July. But that doesn't really have anything. He just was like thinking about the movie when he wrote that line. So it's not really a pun.
Shout
It's
out my
enough.
guy, Ed Sheeran.
Ed Sheeran. Yeah.
Sheeran.
But
All right.
like Elton John can do whatever he wants. And
Right.
he doesn't care.
So before we get into the albums that drop tomorrow, what's the big Olympic news?
Okay, so yesterday,
And
last
once again,
night,
we would play clips or show you stuff, but NBC will
they are
shut down.
so restrictive on their content. Last night, we won the gold medal in women's hockey against Canada. Now, Canada,
that.
for the last 20 years,
Canada.
Canada has won every single gold medal since 98. They won in, we won in 98. They won in 02, 06, 2010, 2014. Now, during the medal ceremony when they're handing out the silver medals to second place Canada.
The first losers.
There's this one girl on the team. Her name is Jocelyn LaRoque. She was on the team in 2014 when they won the gold in Sochi. Yeah. She, as soon as they put the medal around her neck, she immediately just took it off. She looked pissed. Wow. She looked super salty. And so, you know what? The only thing I have to say to that is, as we say in the gaming world, get good, kid. You want to win? Yes. Say... Hang on, let's run it. Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
God, double time.
Yo. No, the only thing, if you want to win, get good. Get better. My friend Ben messaged me this morning. He's like, yeah, she got carried to silver because there's a rankings in league.
Ooh.
Yeah, so. Alright. That's pretty much it.
So I'm doing this poll real quick, if I could type here. So, wow.
We thought it was
hit
done.
In the face and everything?
We thought it was done, but the paper is still flying. They're leaving a paper trail.
Wow. Is this fun to throw stuff? All right. So should Team USA pay taxes on their medals? Because they have to pay taxes for their gold, silver, and bronze medals. So do you think they should pay? I'm putting up a poll right now on our Twitter that will run through the weekend, and we'll rediscuss it on Monday because the Olympics will be over and everything by then.
That should be tax exempt. Tax exempt, okay? Look, they're basic. This has been such an off week. Let me tell you, everything's been off about this week. I'm about to lose my dang mind. I'm starting to talk like Lewis Black. But
so yeah, check the Twitter in a few minutes because they'll be out there.
But they're providing a service to the. I mean, not really because they're getting paid if they're sponsored, but in theory, they're providing a service to the American public by performing these heroic feats of athleticism for our entertainment. That should be subsidized by the government. Not subsidized, like not paid for entirely. Like the government shouldn't fly them there.
Yeah, but you shouldn't
have to then pay taxes for being a true American hero and beating the Canadians at their own dang game.
I agree. All right, so some albums that drop tomorrow, and then we close out the show here.
Yeah, all right, let's go.
Because we've been getting stuff thrown at us all day.
Hey, fun fact, there's nothing interesting coming out tomorrow. No real mainstream artists on this list. The only ones I've actually ever even heard of are Our Lady Peace and Reggie in the Full Effect. Everyone else is like, oh, I'm real excited about the new We Were Sharks album coming out. Then there's an album, like there's a physical release of a digital album that came out in October. Like,
Young Jesus?
Oh, wow, how did I miss Young Jesus?
Wow, Young Jesus is dropping the self-entitled album,
I can't believe it's not entitled Carpentry. That would have been the true way to do it for Young Jesus. Young Jesus. Are we sure it's not Jesus? Young Jesus?
Young Jesus.
So there's no accent. Doesn't Jesus have
What
an
if his
accent?
name is Young Jesus and the album is Young Jesus? Or vice versa.
Oh, okay. Well, frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
And you can catch us on the Jams 96.3 Facebook page Monday through Thursday at 10:30 Eastern Time.
Because that's the only time zone that matters.
One. Cubicle Show. Cubicle Show. Cubicle Show. Cubicle Show! That's what I'm talking about, boy! Bill and Scott Cubicle Show. Yeah? Bill and Scott Cubicle Show. Yeah! Bill and Scott Cubicle Show. It's the Bill and Scott Cubicle Show. It's the Bill and Scott Cubicle Show. It's the Bill and Scott Cubicle Show. Cubicle Show. Cubicle Show. Cubicle Show. Cubicle Show. Not a rectangle show. Not a triangle show. Not a pyramid show. It's a cubicle show. Bill and Scott Cubicle Show. Yeah. Bill and Scott Cubicle Show. Yeah. Cubicle